I've created a new automation and I've called it Resume and Cover Letter Assistant. And what this is going to do, it's going to take a resume that's already written, it's going to take a job description, and it's going to rewrite the resume based on that job description. It's then going to also write a covering letter based on the resume and job description. The idea here is that your resume will be customized for each job description, making it more attractive. And every covering letter should be tweaked according to your resume and the job description as well, so everything fits together and it's a good match. So once the resume has been rewritten and the covering letter has been written, we're going to have to reformat them to make sure that they're formatted correctly, and then we'll save them to the Google Docs. Now that's a simple plan, but I want to make it a little bit different, because what I want to do is I want to have a folder in Google Drive called Job Description, and you can put in documents for each job description you find. You have a single resume, and then the automation is going to look at your resume and it's going to pull in all of those job descriptions, and it's going to rewrite your resume for each job description. It's also going to write a covering letter for each of those job descriptions. So by the end, you'll have a resume and covering letter for each job, customized to the job descriptions that were in that job description folder. And then, of course, we then have to reformat the resume, reformat the covering letter. And what I'm going to do is create a new folder for each job on the Google Drive, and then save the resume and the covering letter for each job inside that folder. So you'll basically have one folder for every job application. In that folder, you'll have your resume and you'll have your cover letter ready. To prepare for this automation, I've done a few things on the Google Drive. I've set up a folder called Job Seeker Helper. I have a current resume, which is the resume we're going to use in the testing. This was just created using ChatGPT. I have a folder with 3 different job descriptions in. So if we open those up, those are complete job descriptions, all 3 of them. And then I have an applications folder, and this is where we're going to create a folder for each job application. And within each folder, we're going to have the final resume and covering letter. To start off the automation, we need a trigger. I'm going to use a form trigger. Let's put a title. Come down, I'm going to add a form element. Now the 2 things I need resume ID from Google Drive, and I need the job description folder. So resume ID, text field, and job description folder, also a text field. If we trigger it, quite a simple form. I'm going to go over to the job descriptions folder, and I'm grabbing the ID from the address bar. So there's the job description folder, and I'm going to go back and open the resume and grab the ID of the resume as well, and then we can come back and enter it there and then submit. Now that it's submitted, I'm going to pin that so I haven't got to enter it again. Okay, so it's executed. We've got the resume ID and the job description folder. Now we need to work with the resume, so we need to get the resume. Let's open a docs node and get document, and the document is the resume ID. If we execute this, you can see we now have the resume here, Emma Clark. Okay, so we can close that. And the other thing we need is the list of job descriptions. Now these are inside a folder, so we want to have a list of all the job descriptions in the job description folder. How do we do that? Well, hopefully you'll remember we can do that with a Google Drive, and we want to come down to search. All we need to change for the search query, we're going to put in an asterisk, which means search everything, and then we're going to add a filter, and we want to filter by a specific folder, and we can do it by ID, and I'm going to do that because we do have the job description folder there, so we'll paste that in. Let's execute the step and see what happens. Okay, up here it says 3 items. We're on schema there. If I switch to table view, you can see we have the 3 job descriptions there with the job description IDs. Now we need to get the job description document. So let's go back and add a docs node. We're going to get the job description document, and the description document we want is the ID of the job description that we got in the search files and folders. Now, because this search files and folders has returned 3 documents, this is going to happen 3 times. It's going to get the document for the first one, get the document for the second one, get the document for the third one, and then whatever we add after that in the automation, the AI agent and everything else that we could add, that is all going to happen 3 times, once for each of the job descriptions. And let's change this name so we don't get confused later. Get job description. So look at the other ones. This one is get a document, that is getting the resume, so let's make that clear as well. Okay, so we now have the resume, we now have the job descriptions. We need to add an AI agent. So let's add AI agent. I'm going to call this AI, and now let's change it to write resume and cover letter. We're going to use a single AI agent to write the resume and cover letter. So just bringing up this diagram again, this is the area we're at here. AI rewrite resume for job description and write the covering letter. That is what the AI is we're doing now. In the next step, we're going to have to reformat the resume and reformat the cover letter, because the format we're getting out of this AI isn't great, and both of those are going to need their own AI to format those outputs. Let's go in and add in an open AI chat model, and I'm also going to add in an open router so I can test on both. The open AI, I'll leave the open router one down there, and we'll connect up the open AI. Let's open that. I need to turn off use responses AI and choose a model. I'm going to choose my Mistral 7B for speed for testing. And then we can open up the AI and start writing the prompt. Now this prompt is going to be used for both the resume rewrite and the cover letter, so it's going to be quite a big prompt, so we have to keep it well organized. So I have created a template that I'm going to use. Let's cross over to Expression and open this up. I'm going to paste in my template. Now at the top I've created this variable for job description and one for resume, so we can have that information at the top of the prompt. So get job description, this is the content, and then for the resume we got that over here on the get resume. That is the content for that. We'll see that the job description thing here isn't going in as the actual text. It says execute previous nodes for preview, but the resume one, we do have the resume in there. Okay, for the role and the job description for the AI, I'm going to start off by saying you are a careful career assistant and expert resume writer. Then your job, let's paste in the job here. So your job, analyze a job listing and a candidate's existing resume. And what we can do here is we could actually put in analyze job listing and a candidate's resume. This just helps to reinforce with the AI so the AI doesn't get confused. Identify the company name offering the position. So inside the job description there'll be the company name. Identify the most important skill requirements, responsibilities and keywords for the job listing. Write the resume so that it is clearly tailored to the job, but only using real experience, skills and qualifications that already exist in the resume. And write a cover letter specifically for this job. Never invent or exaggerate experience, titles, degrees, employers or achievements. If some requirements is missing in the resume, you may say that the candidate is eager to learn it, but do not claim they already have it. Okay, so that is the job. Now there are some rules for this, which I'm going to paste in underneath. Right, you must follow all of these safety rules. Do not add new jobs, companies, degrees, certificates or awards that are not mentioned in the resume. Again, this is to do with AI hallucinating and making stuff up if it thinks it needs to. And it will return that information as if it's fact and you don't know. So it's good to state, do not do that. And do not change dates of employment. Do not upgrade job titles. For example, do not turn assistant into manager. You may rephrase, reorganize and emphasize what is already there, but you must not fabricate new facts. Now, these are very, very important. Now, the next part of this automation is your tasks. And we have tasks here as job analysis, tailored resume and cover letter. And we've got instructions for each of those. So let's go with the job analysis first. I'm going to paste that in. And it says job description identifies the job title. Job description, again, taking it up there from that variable at the top. Company name and location of the job. Lists the 5 to 10 most important responsibilities, skills, tools and keywords from the job listing. Note any important tone or culture clues, for example, innovative, fast-paced, customer-focused. So that's what the AI has to do when it analyzes the job. The next one, the tailored resume, is a bit longer because we have to be quite specific here. So, tailored resume, rewrite the resume, and we're using the variable, so it's rewrite this, being very explicit, so it is clearly tailored to the job description. Keep the same overall structure, for example, contact details, summary, experience, skills, education, etc. I'll put a space in here. And then say, you may reorder bullet points so the most relevant ones come first, rephrase bullet points to match language and keywords from the job listing, emphasize achievements and responsibilities that are clearly relevant. And then let's put in a space, I'll get rid of that dash there. You must not add new roles, companies or degrees. We're just reiterating what we've seen above. Don't make stuff up. You must not add new responsibilities or achievements that are not supported by the original documents. And then this last bit is a little bit on its own. It is acceptable to add a short targeted summary or adjust the existing summary as long as it is based on real experience and skills from the resume. So that's the instructions that we're giving it, or the rules we're giving it, on how to rewrite the resume. And now we come to the cover letter. So the cover letter prompt here, or instructions here. Write a cover letter tailored to this job description up here. You make sure you use the company name that is provided in job description. Also make sure you use the details on the resume for the applicant's details. Use a professional, clear and confident tone. And then we have structure here. This is the structure of the covering letter that we want. So paragraph 1, brief introduction and why you're interested in this role company. Paragraph 2 to 3, how your experience and skills from the resume match the key requirements of the role. Then paragraph 4, close with enthusiasm, availability and a polite call to action. It says only mention skills, experience, skills and achievements that are actually present in the, we don't have to put original because it's resume, it will take it from here. Now there's a few more things I want to add to this just to make sure we're getting everything right. Let me paste this in and we'll come back up and just go through that. So this is where we finished looking at the structure. Then if an important requirement from job description is not present in the resume, address it proactively using career specialist language. Choose the most appropriate approach. First one, I am currently developing my skills in, and then the tool or skill through a course or self-study, and I'm confident in my ability to become proficient quickly. So there's one approach. The skill's missing, but I'm saying I'm learning it. Or while my experience with that is limited, my background in provides a strong foundation for rapid learning. Or I'm enthusiastic about expanding my expertise to include that skill, which aligns perfectly with my career development goals. And then another one, although I haven't worked professionally with that, I'm actively exploring it and look forward to applying it in a professional setting. Only address 1 to 2 key missing skills maximum. Do not claim you already possess them. Do not use placeholders. All information in the cover letter must be directly from the job description or resume. If specific information like hiring manager name, salary expectation or start date is not provided, omit it entirely. Okay, so we've been quite specific there and we've given it lots of examples of what to do if the resume doesn't have a skill that the job description is asking for, but still trying to be as positive as possible. Now, because we are getting a resume and a cover letter out of this AI, I'm going to use strict JSON for the output. We have seen this before, and I don't want you to get scared with using JSON. So let's put in the curly brackets. It says return only a single valid JSON object with exactly these two keys. And the first key is resume. And then we have a colon, and then we have quotes again. And I'll just paste in an example there. Full tailored resume text here with headings and bullets. At the end of that, we need a comma, and then we can go down to the second of the keys. This one is covering letter. We need a colon, and then we have the quotes again, and we'll paste in some text for that. Full cover letter text here as paragraphs. And then we have critical rules. I'm actually going to say critical formatting rules because these apply to the JSON. And if I paste them in, output must start with the curly brackets and end with curly brackets. Do not write anything before the curly brackets or after the curly brackets. Do not include markdown code fences. No, and there's these little backticks, JSON or just the backticks on their own. Do not repeat any keys, only one resume and one covering letter. Do not add explanations, commentary or notes, and ensure valid JSON. Escape quotes inside text with a backslash. Now, some of this that I've written here has been edited and modified as I've been doing testing. And as an example of that, we've got this point here, do not repeat any keys, only one resume and one covering letter. You might think, well, why do I need that? Because we're only asking for these two. Well, the reason I'm adding it specifically is that with one of the local AIs, it was actually adding a couple of covering letters. One of them was empty, and it was then causing problems with processing. So by adding that, I've just modified the prompt slightly, my original set of critical formatting rules to include that. And you'll have to do the same as you are going through your own automations. Okay, this video has got quite long. We have got to the point where we are rewriting the resume and covering letter. We've still got a way to go, but I'm going to do that in part 2 of this video.